If you have CCCA or any type of scarring alopecia, then you know that feeling when you wake up and you have a flare or a hot spot in your scalp that is just extremely irritated. And you're probably wondering, am I about to lose more hair? What's going on? Been there, trust me, more times than I want to count. I have CCCA, and although I don't have any visible bald spots, I do have thinning in the top of my hair, and I do have a little bit of scarring. And my goal always is to keep my CCCA as stable as possible. In this video, I'm going to walk you through my own personal routine of what I do when I have a scalp flare and how I calm it back down so that I can focus towards my daily goal of keeping my alopecia stable. Welcome back to the channel. This is Joy of Joy Speaks Love. I would like to say that I am not a dermatologist or a medical provider. I cannot give out any medical advice at all. What I share is from my own personal experience for informational purposes. I highly, highly recommend that you pursue medical guidance from either a dermatologist or a medical provider. I have CCCA, which is a scarring form of alopecia, which primarily impacts the top of the scalp. It can be difficult to hear that with a form of alopecia that doesn't have a known cure and basically is permanent. I went through a bit of a depression when I was first diagnosed. It's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow, and it's something that you really have to learn to live with and make peace with in your own way. Flare hits for me, and I wake up and my scalp is really uncomfortable and irritated. I'm thinking through all the steps that I take on a daily basis to keep my scalp happy and wondering, where did I go wrong? I try to think through what is it that I need to do to kind of calm this down. The first thing that I do is I lean very hard into a lot of the gentle hair and gentle scalp tips that I have cultivated down through the years, learning how to keep my scalp happy and even my hair with me having a coarser hair type. With it being wintertime, I use food grade aloe vera drink that doesn't have anything else added in it, no additional ingredients. I keep that in a fridge in a one of those mist spray bottles, and I spray my scalp several times a day. I use a leave-in moisturizer that I dilute with distilled water, and I spray my scalp and my locks on a very regular basis. I use rosehip oil, a specific type of rosehip oil to treat my scalp and my locks and just to help to keep it in a happy place and very calm. And that has worked for me. The next thing that I do is I use medicated shampoo and conditioner. So for me, that has been a game changer with my CCCA. Right now, I'm using the CeraVe anti-dandruff shampoo and conditioner. And what I do is I will wet my scalp. I'll put the shampoo on. I'll let it sit for a few minutes first, and then I rinse it out. Shampoo my locks with whatever lock shampoo I'm using. So I have found that the medicated shampoo, the medicated conditioner can really help my scalp when it is not just in a flare, but I do use them at least once a week. It just helps my scalp kind of maintain its sense of calm. And I can sense a huge difference when I wash my hair with the medicated shampoo. What I do also is I make sure that my styling is as minimal as possible. I don't have the type of scalp that can tolerate a lot of bold, daring lock styles that you see out there where you're seeing stuff being pulled from the crown, or maybe all the bulk and the weight of the locks are being pulled back here. I can't do any of that, whether it's a flare or not a flare. I do everything I can to keep my styling as simple as possible so that I'm not putting extra stress on my scalp. If it's flaring, I probably say don't style it at all. Just let it hang loose. I would go as light on the styling as possible. So I make sure that I stay on my scalp routine. I do have a prescription scalp medicine that my dermatologist has prescribed for me, and I don't miss. One of them she has me take every night. The other one right now she's having me take 3 times a week. I don't skip, especially during a flare when my scalp is more irritated. I know that it needs the medicine now more than ever. So being consistent with yourself, because it's a fight that you're fighting for yourself to keep your hair. Don't skip it. Don't skip out on yourself. Don't skip your routine. Step 5 is a last but not least type of thing. If you are in a flare, you need to make sure that you schedule an appointment with your dermatologist so that you can speak with them about your new symptoms and ask them to help you figure out what's going on. Over the past couple of years, when I've had something change, I am immediately placing a call. I do see my dermatologist on a regular schedule, but if something happens, I will call and just get on her book as early as I can. For me, my biggest flare I had over this past year was when I was diagnosed with COVID this past spring. My scalp went nuts. I had a whole different section that started flaring and burning with this deep itching where I could not keep myself from scratching it because I had a need to scratch my scalp because it was so painful and dry. And I thought for sure that that was when I was gonna kick into a new phase of this type of alopecia and just really start losing hair. I was super, super worried. So I went to her and she immediately made the decision for me to be placed on scalp shots. I had to go through a 6-month treatment cycle where I went each month. And then in addition to that, I had the 2 separate medications that she has me take on my scalp, either on a daily basis or 3 times a week. So then I had all the stuff that I do myself to keep my scalp happy and my own personal health routine. So I put in the work. I put in the work to be stable because I was pretty sure last year was the year where I was going to end up having a sizable bald spot. And I am very, very grateful to her because I did not think that the way that my scalp feels right now, which is how it felt before I had COVID, I finally got back there, but it took almost a year to get there. But me taking all of these steps and being very consistent with myself and showing up for myself. So I'm speaking from my own personal experience that it is possible to overcome a flare, but it is a lot of work and a lot that has to come together to get to that calm and that stability. So I want to encourage you if you're dealing with a flare and you're like, ooh, this feels out of my control, please, please, please do call your dermatologist or medical professional. Go through the steps that you need to figure out who can help you so that you can get the help that you need. Living with CCCA is not easy and sometimes depressing because it ain't going away. When the hair leaves, most likely if your scalp, if your follicles have scarred over, that hair is gone. So that is frustrating. But what is hopeful and encouraging is that you can strive towards a place of stability and trying to minimize the symptoms, which is my journey and in my path that I'm on right now. Quieter scalp, fewer flares, a slower progression, being able to live your life without thinking about your hair and scalp every second. Those are my goals. If you want to see my full winter hair care routine, make sure to check out that video. Please know if you have CCCA or alopecia, you are not alone. I am walking the journey too. I'm right there with you. And I know I have those same ups and downs every day, and I know it's not easy. And my heart goes out to you, but we can keep walking this journey and fighting every day. I'm not giving up. I hope you don't give up on pursuing stability and just get into a place where you figure out what you like and love for your hair and just making it the best that it can be. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me on your journey. Please know again, you are not alone. And if you have any comments or questions, please do make sure to share them below. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Take care. Bye.